My next guest is a flyweight prospect fighting out of Fairfield, California, and on January 19th, he faces Miguel Ceja. He is Terrance Saeteurn. How's it going today, Terrance?
Good man. Good man. Everything's going great. How you doing?
Can't complain. First batch of snow, as I was telling you off camera, just getting adjusted to everything. But, we're back into the 2024 campaigns kicking off in a matter of weeks. I mean, UFC kicks off this Saturday. You're in there and next week. And from there on, I think it's like every week until the end of the year, we pretty much have a fight either regionally or UFC side. So just to start off, though, I want to go to the very beginning. When you first started, what drew you to the sport of MMA?
So I started wrestling when I was about 9 years old, and not too long after I started wrestling, I watched my very first UFC fight, and I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to do it. Like when I was 9, I was like, man, when I grow up, I wanna do that. And when I turned 23, a little bit after I turned 23, I finally decided to sign up for a gym, and I haven't looked back since. I signed up to T4L and started fighting a couple of months after that, and yeah, just haven't looked back.
You're one of the rare ones who all your pro fights have been like accessible. You've been on UFC Fight Pass, be it with Uriah Faber's A1 Combat like you're fighting this time, or even with Cage Warriors. For those who haven't seen you fight for some reason or another, a lot of people seem to only want to watch UFC. They don't really want to give a lot of love to the regional side. How would you describe your fight style to someone who's never seen you fight before?
I would like to say that I would like to think that I'm a pretty exciting fighter. Uh, it's exciting on the feet, exciting grappling exchanges. Stylistically, I guess you can say I'm like a freestyle fighter. I'm not like too particular in what I like to do. I feel like I'm like a Swiss Army knife or like a multi-tool, like I got kind of tools or I got something for every position wherever the fight takes place. All around a pretty balanced fighter. Yeah.
Also, and then this could be your seventh pro fight. Last time out was like only your second time going to decision in your pro career, and you
Mhm.
kind of had to dig deep a little extra in that last one to kind of like sell the judges. When it went to decision and Joe Martinez is reading off the actual scorecard, how confident were you that you were the winner on that one?
Honestly, I felt like I did enough. The only thing that was, I guess, worrying me was that I'm not from San Diego, and D-Lope is like he lives pretty close by there, and he's fought for them a few times. But I knew that going into the third round, I knew that I was up 2 rounds because the first round I had dropped him, and I and felt like I landed more, and I took him down a couple of times. Even in the second round, like I had that really big slam, and going into the third round, I knew that I was up a little bit. So I feel like I feel like I kind of took the my foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and it kind of let D'Lo like fight his way back into the fight a little bit. But all in all, I feel like I ended strong, and I heard that it was a unanimous decision. So I was like, dude, that has to be me. Has to be me. And then when I heard him say, the winner is from Fairfield, California, D-Lope's not from Fairfield. So I'm like, bro, yes, I did it. Yeah.
And that kind of summed up how I kind of like took your expression from the end, from like the final bell to the official announcement. Like when the first bell rang, you were like, "Fuck yeah, I got this." And then like as Joe's reading off the cards, like you had that hesitation, like, is it my hometown crowd? Are they gonna do that style of scoring, or they're gonna base it on the actual rules of MMA? But and that was also coming off of your first pro loss too, going into that one. And now that you're back in the win column, you are facing Miguel Sia, who's coming on his fifth, or actually, I'm sorry, let me revert that. You're coming on your fifth fight for Uriah Faber, and he's actually riding a 3-fight win streak.
Mhm.
When you look at who he's fought, though, like it doesn't touch your resume at all. It's been a lot of like debutantes or fights that he probably should have won, whereas you fought a little, a lot more evenly matched. How do you see yourself matching up against him, and more importantly, how do you see yourself ending his winning streak?
I think I'm a pretty good matchup against him. It looks like he likes to strike a lot. I know he's got a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Um, Stylistically, I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty bad matchup for everybody because I can do pretty much everything that along the lines of MMA. Um, I just see myself mixing it up and then just being me, and then listening to my coaches and trusting my skills, and giving him a hard time, making it a long night for him. Definitely not looking past him though. I mean, like you said, I mean he's had a couple of might have been a little bit um not as good as him, but I mean that's all good. I mean he's starting off in his career. You know, he's still early in his career. I'm still kind of sort of in my earlier in my career. We have just about the same number of fights. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight, man. I can't wait to just show what I've been working on and my skill set.
Actually, just recently, I just talked to one of your teammates yesterday, Houston's Skiback, and he had a lot of great things to say about the training room and all that. How is Houston and the team at T4L and Nobody MMA? How they prepared you for not only this coming fight but your previous fights?
Houston's a really great training partner, man. He's actually been one of my main training partners since I turned pro. But funny story is that me and Houston were teammates in high school. We wrestled in high school together, and so I've known him for like over 10 years, and I've been like and then also I have another teammate, Amini Landshort Kapapa. We were also on the same team together. So it's kind of funny how the world works, you know. Like we were teammates in high school, and then now we all train under the same team at Train for Life. And I feel like they all play a really important role and preparing and helping me prepare for my fights. And everybody on the team is like we're just about the same age. So, you know, like we have a lot of things in common and we're all really, really close. And then even with our coaches too. So I think that um since we've known each other for so long, we really know how each other are, and we can really pick each other up when one of us is feeling a little bit low, and then reassure each other like, dude, you're doing great, you know, you're doing a good job, you know, just keep on keeping on, man.
Austin, it's great to hear because I know it's always who around you, not just yourself too. If your team's firing at the same firepower that you are, everyone grows at the same time. And then you are a flyweight prospect. For a while, the flyweight division seemed to be kind of like dead and gone in the U.S. But they kind of got a bit of a second life in the U.S. in the past like 2-3 years. And I know in prior interviews you kind of stated that you were interested in something like one championship because of the expanded rule set. If you could write your future, like where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years. Well, I definitely feel like within maybe 3 years, I'm probably signed to either one or the UFC. I feel like I feel like I'm a lot closer to getting to the big show than than a lot of other people are. I do plan on staying pretty active this year. Last year, I fought about 3 times. I know I wanted to fight like 4 or 5 times. I had an offer for November, but some things came up, and it just didn't. The stars didn't align for it. But within the next 3 to 5 years, I would say that I'm signed to one, and I got probably well over 10 fights, and I would be considered one of the top fighters in the world, to be honest with you.
Hopefully it goes that way. I know one is constantly growing, but it seems to be more on the Muay Thai side. Their MMA seems to be it ramps up then stops and ramps up and stops again. But I think the expanded rule set is always fun too. I think you mentioned before, like knees of the ground opponent and all that adds a whole new variety to your arsenal.
Yeah, and I just feel like it would just play into the way that I like to fight. Like I really like to press the action and land damage, and like I mean, a fighter, like who wouldn't want to knee somebody in the face as hard as you possibly can when they're on the ground? So that's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, and it has shown. If you look at other great flyweights like Demetrius Johnson, I know, and one, I guess the flyweight's not so much flyweight; it's closer to bantamweight because of no
Hmm.
weight cutting and all that. But like, his first loss over there was a knee because he was spending so many years not used to it, and then I think he got the next one. He got a knee in return, and
Yep.
it opened up a whole new avenue to the fight itself. But everyone will know you as Terrance the Fighter. Obviously, you're fighting 2, 3 times a year in the gym. Hell, pretty much every week, if not every day. When you're not fighting or training, what are you doing for like a hobby or just relaxation?
I do like spending time with my girlfriend, and spending time with my family and my friends. I like being outside, especially during the summertime when it's nice and sunny out here in California. I like going on hikes. I like, kicking back, drinking some beers with my friends, and shooting the shit with them, and hanging out with my uncles and playing with my little cousins, and I do play video games too. um, yeah, man. Just the normal things that regular people like to do. You know, I like to eat food, take naps, shit like that.
And then I have to ask because you did touch on the video game side. I swear I can probably guess what games you play because I think everyone's answer is the same thing right now. What games are you playing when you actually are sitting down to play some video games?
Well, I was just gonna. This actually might kind of like be a surprise, but I've been playing this game called Ancestors: A Humankind Odyssey, where you're like this like hominid, and you're like a early form of like before humans turn into what we are. And I don't know, I was watching a lot of videos on it. I'm like, man, that shit look kind of cool. So I just been on that, and then I did just start playing Chivalry 2. That game's hard as fuck. And I was on Red Dead Redemption for a long time. I really like that game. And of course, I'll play like UFC. I don't have the newest UFC, but I have played the UFCs. And then I had Fight Night Champion for a minute too. I was on that for a minute. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And then like when me and my girl play, we've been playing Overcooked, and we've been playing what is it? It Takes Two. That game's pretty dope. I like that game.
That was a great way to tell me that, Zach, you're wrong. You don't know what the fuck I play. I appreciated that because I swear everyone's answer lately has been Warzone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I'm not really too good at shooters like that, man. Like my friend, one of my best friends, he has a PC, and I'm not too bad like with the mouse and keyboard, but like on the sticks, I fucking suck at shooters, man. So,
yeah, so like, I just recently installed it because I swear every time I see a fighter friend or even just friends on the it's called the real world, um, they're always playing it. So I was like, yeah, I could do it. I used to play Call of Duty in college and all that, and it is not the same anymore.
uh,
And now when you lose to a kid, it hurts when the little kid like is making fun of you afterwards. And
yeah.
TVs are expensive, controllers are expensive. I'm not trying to break anything, but I want to pass the mic to you. I know when you get in the cage, you have the banner behind you, has all the sponsors. They're the ones who help you, like in the fight camp. You have the training partners in the gym. You have friends, family, and everyone else. I'm pass the mic to you. Give them the shout out that they deserve. Sponsors a little kickback, the little thanks and all that for that, and then we'll wrap it up afterwards. Mike's all yours.
For sure, man. Well, first and foremost, I wanted to give a shout out to my team and gym, Team Nobody MMA, and Train for Life. My teammates, obviously, Houston, Amini, Blake, Kanoa, um, and then my head coach, Anthony Sonny Ramos, my jiu-jitsu coach, Devin Devo Fields, Coach Brandon Madali. I want to give a shout out to my PT, Brandon Bittigon, for getting me right whenever I got any little injuries. I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend, Nicole. She's the one that actually makes all of my fight shirts, and all of her designs are like she don't miss. So yeah, I definitely wanted to give a shout out to her. And as far as my sponsors, I got Mac Entertainment, the Main Suite. My auntie Liu, actually, she has a hair salon, and it's out here in Sassoon, and it's called the Main Suite. So if anybody that's in the 707 that's seeing this or hearing this right now, check her out. NCM Home Renovation, WK Foundation, Shred skins. I've been using shred skins for just about all of my fights for like my past like 10 fights. Like even my amateur fights, I've been using them. It's a one time use sauna suit, and then you can just rip it off when you're done. Precision paint. Team Fighters United, Freshly Rooted Tribe, CMOS. They're based out in Benicia, and I believe they have another location in Maui, or somewhere in Hawaii. And my jiu-jitsu team, Saber Jiu-Jitsu, and then my sister school, Team Soronio's Kaji Kempo, Team Soronio. Um, and then thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on and reaching out, and it was fun. I appreciate it. Thank you to A1 Combat for giving me another opportunity to showcase my skills, and obviously UFC Fight Pass for, putting all of my fights on this big platform that everybody in the world can watch. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait for January 19th.
Awesome, yeah. And you just said January 19th, UFC Fight Pass. Tom Anderson put together another kick-ass show, top to bottom, is simply amazing. I think how they're starting off this year is phenomenal, and probably going to be taking the early promotion of the year on my end. I know last year a competitor took it, but little by little, Tom's keeps ramping that up a little bit too. But yeah, January 19th,
Yeah.
UFC Fight Pass. I'm also going to link because I don't think you sold it enough. Your latest shirt is like insanely good.
Oh yeah,
Um,
man. Yeah, dude. My girl, she wanted to pay like some tribute to my Mien roots, and so the design um is like a is like kind of like a traditional Min design that you'll see on some of our traditional clothes. So yeah, man, it's super fucking cool. I also wanted to give a shout out to my management team, Team Iridium Sports Agency, Jason House, Jeremy, Jacob, Simone. I love you guys, man. You guys are always supporting me, always checking up on me and making sure that I got everything I need. And I love you guys, man. But yeah, the shirts are fucking awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my shirt.
UFC Fight Pass, January 19th. Urijah Faber's A1 Combat. I don't think they even need his name in there anymore. They just keep doing it by themselves, but it always helps. Tune in, check the replay if you're busy for some reason. But best of skill. Can't wait to watch it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.